How do you do? So glad to me. Lord, I thank you. Okay, everybody. How's everybody doing today on this beautiful Thursday? We're going to get ready to get started. We're going live in 5 seconds, so we know.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Radio.
Let's fix this. There we go. We're going to get ready to get started. Switch these out. Thank you to J Beats for my intro, which I really love. So much going on in the world. I can't wait to talk to everybody. I am missing my main man, Warren, today, but he will be back. And we will have a lot to talk about. Everything is coming together this morning. We're going to try to get this done before this storm hits. So it's going to be a great day. Sorry if you hear the echoing in the back. So many questions. My gosh, I haven't even started yet. I'm going to wait for some people to join, but we all know that most of our team joins in and shares. So I thank you for all of that. Intro is almost done, so we're going to go live. I have a lot to talk about, a lot to update about. Like I said, Warren, hello. Thank you for Warren will join us today. We're tuning into IITG Season Sister Speak. We are just going to cover a lot of things today. It is June Men's Health Month, and we're excited for all the men that are in our lives. And I've got this cute huggy dress on that we're going to adjust. But thank you again for tuning in and sharing, and all of those that are viewing on all of our platforms. I'm Victorianne Russell Walton, your host, and this is the official first Thursday in the month. And again, we are excited that you've invited us to come in and share and to be a part of today. We have some questions, and we're doing a different platform today because what we're going to do is have a dialogue about what's going to go on for the month of June and what we're going to discuss, and my views on a few things that I've noticed in the community. And one, we're going to talk about COVID vaccine and my personal opinion of that, that I've shared and asked others to come in and to share also. But I thank everybody for your questions. I'm sorry, that's what I'm looking at, the questions. And it's like, how do you know what questions we're going to have when I haven't talked about what the post is going to be like today? But it's all good. So we're going to get started now. Here we go. And join the room. So what we're going to talk about today is men's health, but I want to men's health, but I want to discuss some recalls that are going on in community that I think everyone needs to be made aware of. So let's go. Okay, there we go. So let's talk about it. So on my website, you will be able to see that there is a hi everybody, that there is a recall list of things that you can check out if you have them in your pantry. And it's amazing because these are our everyday go-to foods. So please be careful of what you're eating. And again, look at our recall list. Hi, everybody that's tuning in. I appreciate you. Look at our recall list. Here we go. So the recall list that I have available starts out with, believe it or not, mushrooms. You want to have mushrooms. You want to look at what you have in your cabinet to make sure it's not the mushrooms that's on the recall list. And cheese is on the recall list. Coffee, of all things, and I'm a huge coffee drinker. Beans are being recalled. Taco kits, popcorns are being recalled. Bicycle products and chocolate chip cookies. So these are things that we all have in our cabinet that we need to be mindful of. Please check out what's in your cabinet and make sure. I'm sorry, I have questions coming in, and make sure that you are looking and making sure you don't have anything on this list in your cabinet. So please be careful, please be mindful, and you want to make sure that you look at the recall list, and we will repost the recall list. But again, with the children being home, we're eating a lot, and we want to make sure that we cover the children along with what we're eating. And this emergency recall list will definitely help you out. So, hi, everybody. And yes, I see your questions. Warren will not join us, or he may tune in a little bit later on. But for right now, it's me, your girl, Victorian Russell Walton, with This in the Genes Season Sister Speak. And we are again excited to have you be a part of our audience today. So that's our recall list, and that's something that I'm going to incorporate in here. Again, children are going back to school. We're packing lunches. We're packing our lunches. We are going back to work. So you want to be mindful of what's in your cabinet and what's available to you that's healthy. You want to make sure that if it's on the recall list and it's specific types of food, so make sure before you go in your cabinet and start throwing everything away that you look at the list and make sure that that you have what's on the list and you throw that away. As I said, this is Men's Health Month. We want to make sure, hi everybody, we want to make sure that you're getting your prostate checked, that you're getting your lungs checked, your hypertension. If you're obese, you need to start exercising and bringing that weight down. You need to be mindful of your salt intake. And cancer's on the rise. I've shared this before, and I'll share this every session that we have. Do you see that? See cancer colors on the rise. That means people of color. People of color, our cancer's on the rise. So what are we doing, and what does that mean? That means we're not going to the doctor to get checked. And I know we're not because of the pandemic, but we still need to be mindful of your mental health and your health. So get checked, and if you need to talk with someone, make sure you talk with someone. There's nothing wrong with that. So with that being said, we will list again on our website. You can find it. Different organizations that can assist you in your fight with getting your man, your husband, your boyfriend, your uncle, your dad, your grandfather healthy. Not just for this month, but for every month that's coming around. Okay. Men's Health Month is very important. And again, talk to your doctor. If you don't feel right, talk to your doctor about what's going on in your body to make sure you get healthy and whole to be the best you can be. So we've talked about the recall list. We want to make sure you check that out. There are a ton of recalls, people. And, it may not assist you, but look at what you're packing for your children. It may not affect you. A little cheese may upset your stomach, but it can be deadly to somebody that has a compromised immune system. So you want to make sure that they're covered, okay? And that you check out your cabinets. We want to cover, and I've checked over those things. Oh, all these questions coming in. I love it. I love it. Um, we want to cover a few things. And the first thing I want to talk about is mental health, because that's one thing in the community that we don't talk about. Nothing wrong with getting help. Monique did a PSA, and I love it. She talked about summertime attire for women, and not just women of color, for women, period. And can we please not wear the bonnets? Could we please keep the slippers inside the house? Can we please, when you're walking out there, pajamas? Pajamas are made to be slept in the bed, not to be out at the grocery store, not to be shopping in the mall. Pajamas are just that, in the house pajamas. You have clothes. I know we're all relaxed and we're all comfortable and we are all in this relaxation mode. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's a time and place for all things. And the pajamas and the bonnets and all of that is not a place in the community. And I thank Monique for bringing that to the attention of those of us who have discussed women attire and what to look for, or what to look like when you walk out the door. My mother used to always say, pat your face, and that means put a little powder on your face. If you don't wear makeup, wash your face. And then when you walk outside, you look like a lady. No one is saying you have to put your eyelashes on and put your lips on and do a whole full line of makeup. What we're seeing is just look decent and in order. All right. Schools now have an attire for parents. You cannot come there with pajamas on. You cannot come in with slippers on. You must be dressed, even if that means a jogging suit. And I love it. Back in the day, your mom would come up to the school with a house coat on, and that was in the case of emergency where she had to tap some behinds. But this is not our Mother's Day and time, and we're trying to get back to a statement of elegance and just being respectful and mindful. Children are relentless with bullying, and you don't want your child bullied because of what you look like. So let's try to fix that this year. And yes, I know you guys see the ring in my eye. I really don't know how to fix the rings. It's the lighting from the ring and my glasses. I need the glasses in order to see. I've put the filter down on soft mode. So, we see that's too bright. So I'm getting remarks about the rings in my glasses. And I'm sorry that it's bothering you, but your girl can't read without her glasses. So we'll play with it and adjust it accordingly. But for right now, that's what we have to deal with. And I think you can look beyond that because she's kind of cute. So just don't look at my glasses. Focus on everything else. Half of y'all are being nosy trying to see what's behind me. So focus on what's behind me. Do that. So we've talked about attire, and I appreciate the new attire that the school system is sending out as parents. Don't come up here in pajamas. Don't come up here with your bonnet on your head. Don't come up here, with slippers on. Don't come up here. Be dressed. You get the children dressed, you get dressed too. I love it. Um, David starts school this year. So I will be dressed. I will lay his clothes out as I lay my clothes out. And that's how we will handle school attire this year. Lay your clothes out the night before, and you won't have that problem in the morning. His clothes will be laid out. My jogging suit or whatever will be laid out. It's just jeans and a t-shirt. You go in there in decent and in order, and everybody is fine. They're going to hand out fines and tickets if you're not dressed accordingly, and I love it. Let's uphold ourselves to a standard of respect and a standard of who we are. And I'm not talking to African American parents, I'm talking to all parents. Okay. I did see a brother that dressed in a costume every day when his brother got home from school because he was leaving for college and he wanted his brother to remember him in their relationship. So every day he's in a different costume when his brother got off the school bus. Now that's acceptable. That's love. That's funny. And I think that's great. But yeah, we're going to get this attire together. And again, I'm happy that we all have to get dressed. Um, so let's talk about some big topics. Let's go. I see your questions, and we're going to get to some questions that you have for me. And yes, I did post some things on my website. Glad you mentioned that on my website about detoxing and a safe way to detox and how you detox and why you detox. That's on my Facebook page. So for all of you who are on my Facebook page, sorry, tongue tied, you can look on there, and it is in the history. So check that out. And if not, I will repost it about how to detox and a safe way of doing that and what to do while you're detoxing. The most important thing you can do is drink water. I take a spoonful of sea moss, 2 tablespoons of sea moss in the morning, and sometimes one at night. And I find that that's balancing me out. But you have to be consistent and you have to find what works for you. Not everything works for everybody. And speaking of what works for you, I've shared this before. This is the African American Vegan Starter Guide. I'm going to try to take the glare off of it so you can see. I think that's better. There you are. This is a great guide to getting started with the vegan diet. It gives some great recipes. Now, I had someone ask Vicky, why African American again? Well, we season with different seasonings and we cook different things, and that's just how it is. So, if you want a jump start on how to season a little lighter and how to cook a healthier and you want to become a vegan and you're not for sure how to start, Googling that is a good thing. And if you Google this, you will find this, again with the glare, you will find this, there's a camera, online. So you see that African American guide, a simple way to begin a plant based diet. Okay, this is an awesome starter kit. And we did mail these out, but if you're in the DMV, let me know and we can get some to you and also to your organization. Awesome, awesome. I don't mind sharing where we got that from. So we're excited about that. So again, the African American Vegan Starter Guide: simple ways to begin a plant-based lifestyle. Notice they didn't say diet; they said lifestyle. Because what we've learned is when you start a diet, one, you don't stick to it, and two, most of you who get off of your diet and go back um, to your old eating habits, you don't keep your weight off. And the goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle, especially now since we've been quarantined. Our immune system isn't what it should be. We're going back into the workplace. There is a huge food event this weekend, and I know for a lot of you, you're going to want to taste everything at every table, and there's really nothing wrong with that if you do things in moderation. But you also have to maintain the fact that your body has been in sleep mode, really. So now you need to give it what it needs to fight these everyday viruses that you don't even know your body is fighting. So that's one thing that we can do. So this is another great resource on how to get it done. And also the Mediterranean diet. And it's that's really again not a diet but a lifestyle. I call it eating bird food, your fruits, your vegetables, more greens than meats. And again, it's whatever your body can tolerate. Find out what works well for you, but you've got to add more protein. You've got to add more fruits and more vegetables because the strongest animals on the planet, do you realize they don't eat meat? Elephants don't eat meat. Hippos, they may attack you, but they don't eat meat. Whales, they swallow a lot of stuff, but it's mostly algae. So some of the strongest animals in the world don't eat meat. A lot of people think they have to get their protein from eating meat, and you don't. You can get your protein from peanuts. If you're allergic to peanuts, you can get your protein from so many other things. And I'm not saying eating meat is bad. You can have your fish. Fish is great for omegas. You just have to find out what your balance is. I know some people have sent me some diet supplements. That's not what I promote. Is not what I push. I push getting healthy the old-fashioned way. If you need a jump start to clean out your intestines, remember you have upper and lower. If you need a jump start with cleaning out your intestines, there's some ways of doing that, and that's why I listed the detox. All right, so check that out on my website, and I know it will help you out. So let's talk. I want to know how do you feel about your mask? To mask or not to mask is the question today. I know that I walked into a local craft store and no one had their mask on, and the first thing they said was they were vaccinated. I don't know if you were or not, but I want to know how you feel. How do you feel about now the mandate is you don't have to wear a mask? Hi, everybody on Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and Talk Blog Radio. I want to read your comments. So let's get some comment. Oh, that's a great comment. So I am not comfortable at all with taking my mask off and it gives me anxiety. That is a very true statement. Um, People are anxious about taking their mask off because we've been told you have to wear two masks, you have to wear three masks, and now you don't have to wear a mask. And it's like, wait a minute, hold it. You just told us we needed to wear a mask in order to keep us safe. And now you're telling us we can take our mask off. And how is that going to work? How do I keep myself safe? Still wash your hands, still cover your mouth when you sneeze or cough, still wipe things off. I will forever keep Lysol in my purse. There will be Clorox wipes or Lysol wipes or whatever kind of disinfectant wipes that I feel comfortable with wiping things off and keeping me and my family safe. I am not comfortable with yes, with letting it go. So I don't know. Um, I'm not for sure how to do it or what to do or why they're saying, there's so many different things we don't have to do. Someone just told me they were having problems with getting me on Facebook, and I don't know why. We're live on Facebook. I'm looking at myself, so I'm going to talk to you about the mask. I have another comment that they're not for sure. My children don't wear a mask, but I think I will wear a mask. Well, it's certainly up to you, what you want to do and how you want to do it. If you're not comfortable with wearing a mask, then you should not. But if you are comfortable with wearing a mask, then that's what you need to do. And again, it is your decision for your family on how you do it and what you do and where you do it. So I'm not for sure why some of you are not being able to check in on me. I don't know why. We are live, so I don't know why you can't get me on Facebook, but we will repost it for everyone to see. And I'm not for sure why you're not checking in, but we are getting questions, which I love. So the next question is, what type of mask should we be wearing? Well, again, I can't tell you what type of mask to wear. I can only tell you what I'm doing for me and my household. And for me and my household, we wear the K95 mask. I find that. It's a better coverage for my face. It also has a charcoal pack in it that keeps me and mine safe. And okay, I'm not for sure why you're not getting me. And I just feel that it's more coverage and it just helps me. But you have to do what's best for you. So yes, I am. Okay, now you get me. Okay, I'm not for sure what happened while we popped out, but we are live. Everything is going, and yeah, the mic is on, and we are good to go. So yeah, I don't know why, but StreamYard, we're good to go. We're live, and it's showing that we're live. So let's see here. Yeah, so we're live. So that's one of the things that we had to do to keep ourselves comfortable about masks. How do I feel about the children's cartoon mask? Well, they're covered, and they're saying that children don't have to wear masks, which I don't agree with. David wears one, and again, it has a charcoal pack in it. But again, my personal opinion, if you feel that your children don't have to wear one, and and that's okay, that is certainly up to you and your decision. So I'm not for sure, um, why they say we don't have to wear one, but if you have double vaccines, they're saying you're straight and you're okay. So you shouldn't have to. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just put your mask on, wash your hands, do what you're supposed to do, and I think you'll be fine. Everybody's going to have a little anxiety about getting back into the world. That's just the way it is. And we're going to talk about anxiety um, in a couple of weeks. So I'm trying to read your questions. So a lot of these questions I won't answer because there's lots of information from the CDC, and those are the guidelines that we should be listening to. So what we need to do. Is to be mindful of what's going on and how it's going on, and then yeah, and then do according to what they're telling us to do. I'm not a CDC representative, so I wouldn't dare tell you what to do. I can only give you my opinion about what my household and I, what we're going to be doing. And those are one of the things that we're going to be doing, is to continue to wear a mask until we're comfortable with it. We all know flu season is coming right back, so we're gonna, we'll have a mask on again. So that's one thing that you need to be mindful of. So I'm reading the questions. So what type of spray should you be using? Well, you know what? That's again up to you. I'm just used to Clorox and Lysol. I used it before the pandemic. We were cleaning the house, and I'll use them after the pandemic. Those are just my go-tos. But anyone that says 99% um, is what you can do, and it's what you can use for your household. Now, if you're all natural, they say lemon and limes kill along with vinegar, but that's certainly up to you and what you do your research. But I use Clorox, I use Lysol for my household. But how many of you, by show of hands, are going to dump your mask? That's really what I want to know. Are you going to wear your mask, or you're not going to wear your mask? That's one of the questions that we have, that I would love to find out about. Oh wow, most of you are stating that you are going to wear your mask. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Um, wow. That's pretty interesting. So I'm amazed. So far, I don't see anyone that says they're not going to wear their mask. Can you tell me why you're going to wear your mask? Keep going. I love it. Okay. Oh, wow. So the comments are, I wear my mask to keep my family safe. I know I've been vaccinated. I don't know about anyone else. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I will wear my mask because I have a compromised immune system, and I'm not for sure what the CDC is doing. I understand guidance has changed quite a bit, and we're not for sure, who to trust and how to trust and where to go. So I understand that that is something that we will have to make a personal decision about. I will always wear my mask because I was on the metro and the lady sneezed beside me, and she didn't cover up her mask. And she said she'd been vaccinated, so she didn't have to cover up her mouth. I think you meant the right mouth both times. I understand that people think that they are immune and that the world is immune. And I'm not going to give guidance on that, but I will say you have to do what's best for you. And I understand us wanting to be careful and cautious, and that's what we need to do, be careful and cautious. So um, that's another good reason of why that person should have covered their mouth. Just because you've had the shot doesn't mean your sneezes, you should be sneezing around people. Um, but that's the fight that we're going to have to take on with everyone else. So another good point. Vicki, my family will continue to wear a mask because my nerves are shot and I don't know who to trust. I completely understand. So, yeah, because we've had to do it, it's almost like a pacifier. We've had to have the mask on for so long, taking the mask off. It's like your pacifier is now gone away, your safety blanket, if you will. So, I completely understand that. So, those are some great reasons to wear your mask, and a great, I'm sorry, I'm reading your questions. Great reasons. Wow, you guys keep it coming, of why you want to keep your family safe. So I think
90 seconds.
thank you. It's completely up to you on how you're going to do it, and it's completely up to you on if they're going to wear it or not. 90 seconds left on Talk Blog. Please make sure you tune in to our monthly meeting support groups that we've just started. You can reach us and find out more about us. at 301-683-8690. We look forward to hearing from you. Hampton Roads, we are coming to
60
start
seconds.
our community support group there. So again, it's Why We Hear You. And that is again Why We Hear You support group 301-683-8690. We would love to hear from you, and we would love to have you come and be a part of our community support group. Um, on June 10th, we'll talk about Is Business Life for You? And on the 17th, we will talk about mental health check. And on June 24th, we will talk about how to get hired during the pandemic. So we're excited about those topics. So tune back in so you can talk and hear from our special experts for the month of June as we come out of the house and get back to reality, whatever that reality
10
is.
seconds.
So thank you all on Talk Blog that tunes in. We look forward to having you listen to us next week on IITG Season Sisters Speak. I'm Victorianne Russell Walton, your host. So IITG Talk Blog, we thank everyone for tuning in and listening. And we're going to continue with, is it too late to come outside? And is a mask for you? And if so, if you're not going to wear a mask, why not? If you are going to wear a mask, um, do you know what type of mask you should be wearing? Do you know how many you should be wearing? And when do you plan on stopping? The children are going back to school soon. So, how are we going to keep the children safe? Or are they going to continue to mandate a mask? I know my son, I have to constantly remind him, you don't share your mask, you don't take your mask off. And even if they say, oh, cool mask, David, can we switch? Because David has words, letters that scroll across his mask. It is kind of a cool mask, but I still need him to keep it on. It has a charcoal pack in it, and it keeps him safe. So I'm trying to educate my son, who's 4, to keep it on because children, they want to share. Oh, let me see yours. I'll let you see mine, and they don't often understand. No, you cannot do that. You've got to keep yourself safe, and that's one of the ways of doing it. So, to mask or not to mask in the classroom, that's a question that I have. And I'm wondering, the 6 feet apart, is that still going to be protocol now that they say adults have been vaccinated, but the children haven't? So, just because I'm vaccinated, my husband is, David has not been, nor will I allow him to. So, how are we going to keep them safe in an environment where they are going to be huddled in a classroom? I mean, it's not a different ventilation, but how are we going to keep them safe in the classroom? And we have an educator that's going to come on later on in this month and discuss. So, get your questions ready for them. How are we going to keep our children safe in the classroom? That is a huge, huge dilemma. I know for me, how to keep him safe, what to do, and the reminders, because they're children, they want to have fun. I know he told me one day, Mommy, I just want to run and have fun. I don't want this mask on. And I wanted to take him to a park, and I wanted to wipe down everything he was going to touch. So, those are some of the things we have to think about. Is it safe to go outside and play? Is it? Do you think it's safe for, I mean, and this is a discussion for adults. Is it safe to go outside and play? For adults, I notice more and more people ditching that mask. And could you please not ditch it on the ground? Can you please find a trash can to throw it in, or keep a plastic bag in your car and throw it away in your car when you get back in your car? I hate seeing these masks all over the ground. I don't want to walk on your germs. But excuse me, is it safe to go back outside? What's your opinion? Oh, oh, that's good. So Vicky, I don't think it's safe to go outside. I think this is all for economy and for money. It's not safe for us to be outside. It's not even safe for us to be in our homes. Well, the economy has to get back. Okay, we cannot just stay in our house forever. Sooner or later, we're going to have to come outside and play. So what does that look like? And that's a good question. What does that look like? I think that, my personal opinion only, that our immune systems need it. We have to go back outside to start fighting these germs that we didn't know we were fighting before. So how do we do that? You still wear your mask if you're comfortable. If you haven't had your second vaccine, and look, let me just put this clause in there. The same God that sat on the throne last year and before COVID-19 is the same God that sits there now. So the same God that protected us yesterday, this morning, a minute ago, is the same God that's going to protect us forever and forevermore. He's there, but he also gives us common sense. You know you cover your mouth when you sneeze. You know you cover your mouth when you cough. You know you wash your hands. You wash your hands when you sneeze, cough. You wash your hands after you cook, before you eat. You still apply those common sense sanitation rules, right? You take your shoes off. You don't walk around your house in your shoes. Think about it. You're outside in the elements. You're stepping in all kind of stuff. You don't even know what you're stepping in. And then you come in your house and you walk around those houses. You're bringing those elements into your home. So you want to make sure that you're mindful of that. We're all going back to work. And with us going back to work comes new sets of rules. And that's just what it is. There are new sets of rules to keep the world safe. We notice in Dubai, their numbers are going back. They're elevated. So why are they elevated? They're trying to figure it out. What's going on? I think Jamaica just closed its doors. At one point, they were saying, "Come on home to Jamaica," or "Come on home to our style," whatever it was. They're telling you you can't come home now. So you can't even go there because the numbers are spiking up slowly. So, how do we protect ourselves? I want to hear your answers. What are you doing to protect yourselves? How do you feel about going back into the world wearing a mask? Do you feel that you don't need to wear a mask? To mask or not to mask? That is the question. So, what are you doing to protect yourself? I love these comments. Keep them coming. And is this, you feel that it is about money, that the world is opening up not because it's safe, but because the dollar is missing? I understand that, but the world does we have to reopen. We can't stay in the house. We can't. We have to get back out there, and we have to go back to work. There's going to be a meat shortage because of what's going on with the cattle. So we all know that's going to trickle down the pipes along with all of these food recalls. So what are we going to do about the food recalls? Okay, that's coming down the pipes. All right, we shouldn't be anxious and nervous for all things, but we should be mindful that we're going to have some technical difficulties if we don't go back to work. So I'm taking your questions now, and these are some great questions and your comments. Vicky, how do you feel about consuming the food that we know is not being regulated right now? It wasn't regulated before. What are you talking about? Chicken has arsenic in it. We learned that from Warren. So, but we can't get anxious about those things that we can't control. We understand that a vegan lifestyle is a healthier lifestyle, but it's not for everyone. And I believe as long as you do things in moderation, I think you'll be just fine. You just have to do things in moderation. You can buy a chocolate cake, but if you sit down on the couch and put the chocolate cake in front of you and eat the entire chocolate cake, then you've done yourself a disservice. But if you slice it, put the rest of it in the freezer, slice it down, and have it in moderation every now and then, I don't think you're going to harm yourself. And someone said, Vicky, don't say that. You shouldn't have sugar. You have products with sugar in it anyway. You're eating ketchup, sugar. You're eating mustard, sugar. You're drinking, even if it's a diet soda, which is worse than a regular soda, sugar. Even if it says sugar free, it still has a lot of it, some type of sugar in it. So you need to be mindful of your intake. You need to be mindful of what you put in your body, but don't overload yourself. Okay? And if you feel overwhelmed and sluggish and constipated, then detox. I put on there on June 2nd 5 best ways to help detox your body after staying home during the pandemic. You might feel as though you're constantly consuming food and beverages that aren't good for your body. And it tells you to drink water, to visit a spa. Kyle Williams, look, that boy knocks all the kinks out your body. You need to visit a spa or call someone over to get pampered, get a deep massage. There's nothing wrong with getting a manicure and getting your feet done. Oh my God. Women, look, I looked down at my feet the other day and I said, oh my gosh, look at my heels. There's nothing wrong with it. Or you can get a scrubby and do it yourself, but you have to get back to being healthy and whole. And one of those things you can do, and that's a part of detoxing your body. And remember, what you put on or in your body affects you. Too much sugar can have you in overload. Too much caffeine can have you in overload. Too much calcium is not good for you either. So you've got to learn to balance these things out. But a part of balancing your body out and your mind is detoxing. Increase fruits and vegetables. Meditate. Nothing wrong with meditating. Eliminate processed foods. Yeah, you know what that is. And other things to consider um, to when you're detoxing your body. But I'm not going to read this list to you. You should read this and apply to you what you need to apply to your body. Your body is your temple. And if you don't take care of it, you're going to find yourself in trouble. Okay. And a lot of us with compromised immune systems, we need to take much better care of ourselves. And again, if that means wearing your mask a little longer, then that's just what you need to do. But detoxing is an excellent way of staying healthy and drinking water. Warren often says if you don't want to drink water, add flavoring to it or add lemon to it or cucumbers or strawberries or blueberries. It does make the water taste different, but you need that water to flush whatever it is in your system out. My mom often used to say, if your stomach or your body's upset, flush the water and help it get whatever it is that's in there out. Okay, because whatever it is trying to come out. All right, so help it along the way. And water is the best thing that you can drink. Okay, you can add sea moss to your water. You can add vitamin C to your water. Again, cucumbers to your water, strawberries, um, blueberries, um, I don't know, broccoli, whatever you have a taste for, you can add it to your water. And you can also make a smoothie. Use coconut water or use a green machine mixture. It's all up to you. But right now, it's all about us getting whole and healthy. So I'm your girl, Victorianne Russell Walton, and this is IITG Season Sister Speak. I'm having a conversation about to mask or not to mask and what to do. And I am taking your questions on what to do. And I think I'm qualified to talk to you as a chronic disease educator and a two-time breast cancer survivor and now a COVID survivor. My household, we went down. My husband went in ICU, and my son and I stayed home and fought the fight with God. And we survived, and we're still here. So I have a lot to share with you when it comes to surviving all of those fights because every day is a fight. Okay, so don't think you're not going to have a fight. Every day is a fight, and the blessing about that is every day you get to fight, but you're not alone. You're never alone. And mental health is something that we need to have open conversations about. So I appreciate everyone tuning in on IG and YouTube and Twitter, and those that will share later on. And we'll put this on my YouTube channel. Um, that these are things that we need to do, and we're having this conversation about to mask or not to mask. So are you going to mask? Is that a good idea to mask? What should you do? And that is completely up to you and your household. So we're going to have an open conversation as we continue to talk about it. I've shared information with you on what to do and what not to do. Please tune in and look at our recall list. There's a recall on mushrooms, tacos, cheese, popcorn, chocolate chip cookies, pet food, blueberries. My God, blueberries. And you can go to our Facebook page where we've posted it and you can sign up for the emergency recalls. You need to know about the recalls because you're consuming these, and not only you, but you're preparing for your family. So you need to know what to do and what not to do when it comes to the family. So please check out our recall list. And also for the month of June, next June 10th, next week, we're going to talk about business life, and it is a business for you. Some of you don't know how to talk to people, so you may not want to consider going into business for yourself because you have to be respectful for your team. Healthy team is a healthy business, and there's no way to get around that. June 17th, we're talking mental health check day. We're going to talk about anxiety, how to get rid of stress again, and what to do about the children going back to school and about you going back to work. A lot of us have anxieties about going back to work, and someone wrote, I can't wait to see my work husband. Don't you have a husband at home? Can't wait to see your work husband. LOL. Okay. We're gonna touch on that on the 17th. That okay. We're gonna let that one go for right now. And then June 24th, how to get hired during the pandemic. What do you do? How do you do it? What are some good goals? You still have to dress up for a Zoom interview, and you still have to be on time. And you have to be mindful. Make sure you check into Zoom an hour before to make sure you have a good connection. All of those things come into play. All right. So wow, we have 10 minutes left. Can't believe it's almost time, but those are the topics for this month. And Warren again will join us. Um, on the next one. We're definitely missing him today, and we will also have a special guest coming in next week to talk about his business life for you. Please join us for our community support group that we're starting. We're excited about that. If you want your community, your church, your family, you want to be a part of it, please reach out to us 301 683 8690. And it is called the Why We Hear You Support Group. And we are covering all issues, chronic diseases, but we're doing it in a comfortable setting where we're assisting with cancer patients and resources and making sure that we have what we need as a community to get things done as a community. And you can tune in from anywhere. You don't have to be in the Hampton Roads area or the DMV. You can be anywhere and tune in, just like with this talk blog. All right. What we also want to do is remind um, those of the Mediterranean diet. And again, summer attire. I'm going to start handing out tickets, ladies. I don't want to see any pajamas in the mall. I don't want to see any more bedroom slippers in the mall. I don't want to see any bonnets in the mall. I am going to start handing out tickets. We are we have enough time. We have clothes in our closet. And if you can't wear them, have a yard sale. I know I'm getting rid of over 50 pair of shoes. I tore my Achilles. So I will be getting rid of a lot of my heels. I won't be able to walk in those 5-inch heels anymore. So it's time to say goodbye. I'll have a ceremony and then I'll open the floodgates to get rid of my shoes. So if anybody is interested in a lot of new shoes, let me know because they're going this Saturday. Um, but there's no excuse for us to be walking out the house in a bonnet. I mean, they make wigs in every shape, size, color, and you can throw one in. It takes 5 minutes to throw one on and walk out the door. So if I see you in pajamas, if I see you with the bonnet on your head, if I see you with bedroom slippers on out in the public, I'm going to give you a ticket. I am. And I think Monique did a great service, PSA service to us, again, to let us know what we should be doing and how we should be doing it. So I appreciate Monique coming in and giving those guidance. So we are down to 10 minutes. So I always give myself a 5 minute leeway. So I am answering your questions. Yes, Vicky, what do you think about this? My husband won't wear a mask. He says if he gets corona, he gets it. He won't wear a mask and he hasn't been vaccinated. Well, again, God is in control of all things. I can't tell you what to do for your household. I can only let you know that they are lifting the mask mandate. Ambrose Lane is having a discussion on Monday about the mask and how the numbers are different when it comes to African Americans compared to other races. And I hate to put it like that, but when it comes to other races and us, there is a difference. Our numbers are so much higher for all things. And this is one of those things that our numbers are higher for. So we need to have an open discussion about what can we do to protect ourselves and our household. I can't make your husband wear a mask. I can't make your husband get the vaccine. That's up to you. That's a discussion for you and your husband. But what I will say is that God gives us common sense. And the same God, and the same God, hi, and the same God that was on the throne yesterday, a minute ago, is still on the throne. But He puts doctors on this earth to take care of us. So He's given us provisions for us to take care of ourselves. We just have to follow the guidance on what to do and how to do it. You can talk to your husband about your feelings and let him know that you love him and you want him to be around. But who's to say he won't be around? He probably has a huge, a great immune system if he hasn't caught COVID by now. But people, please don't think COVID has gone away. It's still around. And again, flu season is coming back as full circle. So you need to have a discussion and sit down and have a discussion with him, opening feelings, how you really feel. And maybe you'll touch his heart to at least wear a mask. Hopefully, he's washing his hands and doing all of those other things that we're supposed to be doing. But again, I can't make him um, wear a mask and do that. Okay, that's your job. But you continue to wear a mask and you continue to do what's right for you that you think is right for your family. All right. So we're talking to mask or not to mask today. What should we do? And simple sanitation rules that have always applied. Wash your hands, cover your mouth. Don't walk in the house with your shoes on. I have slippers by the front door for all of us and socks. So when we come in, we kick our shoes off and we keep it moving. So I hope some information today you can use in your daily walk or your daily run around. Again, I'm handing out tickets for those of you that I see with the bonnet on your head, pajamas, and slippers. I mean, we shouldn't take someone to tell us that we shouldn't be out in public like that, but yet here we are. So, wear your mask, not wear your mask. Please continue this conversation on Facebook and all social medias. I'd love to hear what everyone has to say about doing that. And covering yourself. It's a hi. It's a great conversation to have, and I appreciate all of your feedback about why you're going to wear a mask or why you aren't going to wear a mask. Again, it's simply up to you. We look forward to seeing everyone next week. And again, June 10th, we're going to talk about is business life for you. Should you be running a business? Is this a great time to start a business? What do you need to start a business? We're excited about having them back and to talk about this. And again, if you don't have the personality, if you are short tempered, micromanaging, and not respectful, maybe business life, a CEO is not your call in life. Because again, if you have a healthy team, you'll have a healthy business. No one wants to work for someone with a nasty attitude, and no one certainly wants to work for someone who doesn't respect them and their time. So we look forward to hi. We look forward to having this conversation next week. Is a business life for you, and what do you need to do, and how to fund your business, and what to do. So. Again, don't forget about our community support group. If you have any questions, you reach out to us. You can always inbox me on Facebook, IG, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all these social media platforms that we're on. Or you can call us 301-683-8690. Again, we have talked today about to mask or not to mask. I've given you some great guidance on how to detox. Please go to our Facebook page on our topics for this month. And don't forget about the massive recalls. You want to check that list and see what's in your cabinet to keep your family whole and healthy. A lot of it may not have it, but you want to make sure that if you do, that you throw it out and you don't consume it. I had someone say, Vicky, I just bought that pack of cheese, and that cheese was $12. I'm not throwing it away. Well, that's up to you. To have diarrhea or not have diarrhea is the question. If you think your system is strong enough to handle it, it's up to you. But think about your children. All right. You need to throw it out. If they're saying don't consume it, don't consume it. Okay. And a lot of places you can take it back to the store if there is a recall and you can show that there's a recall. So you won't be out of any money. All right. So I'm your girl, Victorian Russell Walton, and this is It's in the Genes, IITG, Season Sister Speaks, and we have been honored to come in and you've shared and all your comments, and we look forward to seeing you next Thursday as we talk about business and business topics. So everyone, be safe, be kind, wear your mask if you need to, and if you feel like you can take it off and you're safe and sound, take it off if you're safe and sound. So be blessed, be whole, and again, be nice. Take care. Your girl, Victorian Russell Walton, aka Maryland's Big Diva, checking out until next Thursday. Season Sisters Speak. Take care.